Okay, Marianne, here goes how to lay a piece out. This that I have laid out here, and I'm holding this with my hand, so I'm going to try not to jerk around too much. But everything that you do has to have a double line to make your design. And this one has, these are the double lines. This is what's going to make the X. I drew a box first and measured in, and I'm going to give you some of these drawings with some measurements. And I think Jay's going to take my papers to work and copy them into a PDF file. But as I said, everything has two lines. Even if you're doing that one that I did with the swirl, I had double S's drawn. But they also have to have in the middle of it a horizontal line. And I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference how big you draw this, that the smaller you draw it, in my estimation, the better off you are, because you're just going to build it out as big as you want it anyway. So we're going to start on this horizontal line, or the horizon line, whatever you want to call it. If you remember, I advised that you try to have each end a different color. So I have a red end here, and on this other side I have a green end. So I always keep my ends, when I build it, I always make sure that one color stays to the left and the other color stays to the right. So I'm going to start with my green end on the left, and I'm going to build my right end, or my red ends, on the right. So if you look at this, you can see that the stringers are on the top side of this piece, because we're going to flip these. And if I do it this way, see how it's on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to start with it on the top. I'm going to put my green side, and I'm going to put it right over here on the right side of the left line. And I make sure, because it's going up on an angle there, this top part of this piece is going to be a little bit over the line. I just make sure this is right here and the line's covered. So I have green on the left, and I have the stringers on the top. My next two rows are going to be built to the right. Here, see the stringers on the bottom. So I'm turning it upside down, and I'm going to put the red over on the left side of the right line over here. So this is strip 1, strip 2. This is strip 3. Here I have stringers on the bottom. I have red on the right, and I'm going to put that down here on the bottom, and I'm going to make sure that line's covered, and I'm going to put it up against that. Now, if I show you, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but you'll be able to see it yourself, there's some depth with rows 2 and 3 because you have the stringers on the bottom. So then I come back, and you might have gotten too much overhead light in that. So now I come back, and I'm going to do, and I always try to go top to bottom all the time so I don't forget where I am. So now I have green, it's over on the left. I'm going to put it up against that line on the left, and I have the stringers on the top. Here is green again, and I have stringers on the top. I did have, and I'm going to put that over here, and I'm going to keep this building. I'll come up here, and you know, you're going to have some strips that aren't quite right, and I always put those aside. Even if you need them, it'll work out. So here I am, and I'm going to do stringers on the bottom, and I've got red, and I'm going to build that over here. So I just keep going back and forth. Here I have another red. I'm going to put stringers on the bottom, build it to the right, and keep going back and forth. Don't pay any attention. You get down here, you know, there's another line there. I think I was doing that to draw it. I'm not quite sure what I was doing, But here we go again. Stringers on the top, and I keep building. So I'm gonna shut this down here just for a minute. I don't have much built, but I think you get the idea. A top row and a bottom row on the left, a top and bottom on the right, go to the opposite end. I'm gonna fill this up and then I'll turn it back on.